Welcome to Ironhaven. Let's get this going, for year 19 of our playthrough. Ironhaven viewed from the top of the grassy knoll that will possibly become the defensive bastion of the island with the keep and all that gubbins. Right, so probably a slightly different year this year in that got to work out what to do with everyone. This is one of those kind of spells where I've got decisions to. I mean, you always have, haven't you? It's, open world, but I've got decisions to make, and I'm still undecided. I mean, I've built these fields. Don't know if there's going to be any point to doing any work in them this year. It's only -2, so I can have a bit of a yabber, think out loud. Let's have a look at resources. So flax is fine, grain's fine, oats, yeah, that's good, grass is fine, potatoes. So, what was that done? We're definitely going to have 2 fields of spuds. Definitely. So what do we do with this one this year? Tempted to have 3 fields of spuds, and then we'll just blast the fuck out of. We've got 7,000, so we're not exactly desperate. Maybe do a little bubby field of oats, because that only needs 3 bods. Yeah, okay. And I might leave that one. No point, because we are going to have. Oh, I paused it. Duh. We're going to have a lot of people needed in the orchards this year as well. So there's 16 orchards, 21 farming at the moment, plus this one. That's presumably going to be another 4, looking at the size of it. So 20, let's say, in the orchards, 21 in, that's 41 just on growing. I have 82 adults, so yeah, I mean, we're going to have enough to do it, that's not the issue, but I wouldn't mind getting other stuff done. Like, I've just set out another caravan stable. A bit of a dilemma there, but the 2 caravan stables, when you look at the routes, that's 14 out of 20, that's 20 out of 20. I could do with other stuff, and also I'm going to need to use more than one route for at least one of the caravan stables to start moving resources out when we set up the next blob, the next batch of living areas, what have you. So yeah, wouldn't mind. Oh, forgot about that. Duh. Yeah, so I think everything else is done. I mean, fish farms, we're fine, that's all good. I've got loads of fields now. The orchard should start producing enough fruit. This is the first year actually we've had any fruit left, I think, when the new growing season starts, so that's promising. So it's going to take a couple of years for these new orchards to yield any results. When is that coming back? Oh, Christ, okay, we've got ages till that comes back. But again, when that comes back, I'll get it loaded up and turn around instantly. I think there's also, once this is emptied, there's just enough room, I think, for another house. And that'll be us maxed out, so it'll be like 110 residents in this section of the settlement. So for any more growth in terms of residents, gonna have to look further afield. Pastures new and all that stuff. So yeah, some decisions to make, but I think I could do with having people free. I want this mine emptied, which is that one there, so that we can stick another house in, and then we'll be maxed out for residents. I'm just seeing the teenagers up here are 6. I'm assuming they're from the last batch. I'll find some just to check. Oh come on, there's got to be a teenager somewhere, surely. There's one. Right, 5 years old. Yep, educated. There we go. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it really. Quite a long preamble. Apologies thinking out loud. Ooh. Don't want to do that anymore. Vegetables and fish. So I'm going to keep making enough pies for a couple. So we've got a couple of expeditions. So the late fall one, when it returns late fall, there's going to be enough pies for that one. And the one that follows in year 20, probably the late summer, early autumn year 20. Fall, sorry, as they call it on this game. Yeah, okay, so I think we're in good shape. I mean, you know, there's all of the right resources in the right places in the right quantities. Starting to look outwards now to you know, think about and look into a secondary area of expansion. I think you've got to stick to the coast, really. Makes sense to me, and maybe have the centre of the island for, you know, resources, purely gathering resources. So the episode in which I asked you to say, well, do we stick a keep on here or not, it hasn't actually been scheduled for release, but it'll be a couple of days, I think, from the moment I'm recording this until you guys see it. So I'd be surprised if you didn't want to do this, because, you know, the keep and the big stone wall, there's a lot of fighting around there, so that could be a bit of an adventure. Oh dear, we're very low on wood. Oh dear, better take care of that. So that's that Forester's Lodge. Oh dear, there's not a lot of residents near here, are there? So we've got 3 houses along that edge. So 30 people live along that edge. Yeah, anyway, I'm sort of thinking out loud and waffling far too much now. So I'm just going to let this run and let the growing season start, reorganise everybody into their correct positions, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how many spare people I end up with once we're up and running. Been doing a lot, but not an awful lot to talk about while I've been doing it, really. Lot of, you know, terraforming and straightening out strange lines. There were 2 pyres there from the original setup. They're both gone. New ones have been built further out to cover the range that the foresters are handling now. The ore mine, ore mine there, that's empty, so they're demolishing it. That's that one up there. So that's good. So when that's done, I can terraform, lay pavements, pop a house in, the last house for this section, I think, because I want to leave these areas open for sheep, as I've said probably loads of times before. Yeah, and then I can, at some point, probably I can tidy this little bottom bit up. Think about getting the accountant's house running. Another stone quarry there for when I'm ready. Loads of paths. Been doing loads of stone paths so they can move around a lot quicker. And because of how far out these are, I'm also going to stick some probably just dirt paths in, just to help them move around and get back to base quicker. Should probably do something with this as well, actually. Now you mention it. It's one of those, is it? Marvellous. There we go. So that will let them move around a bit quicker. I've stuck a material shack in there for when they start on this ore mine, to, you know, somewhere to put it, basically. As politely as possible. Coal stick. An extension there. Extension there. Yeah, that needs flattening out as well. So yeah, just been doing a lot of this, really. Now the insides are close to, they're not done, but they're close to being done. Just looking to secure my borders, as it were. Yeah, just make life easier for the villagers, make them more efficient, really. Yeah. We had a tornado earlier, but it kind of wandered up here bounced off of this and just wandered off up, followed the coast out and fucked off, never saw it again, so that was a result. That's about the only excitement that we've had, really. Spoke too soon. The game heard me and lightning struck before the first clap of thunder, actually. Lo and behold, we have a fire. That'll be alright, yeah. They're throwing the water on like it's nothing at all. Excellent. Yep, there we go. House is back to normal. Smoking embers restored. Blah blah blah. Excellent. And another tornado. Can't see anything though because it's too damn dark. It's all going on. Thor is having a bit of a party, I guess, in his underpants or something. Oh dear. There's a thought. Thor in his underpants. Well, wherever the tornado is, I ain't seeing it. But then I ain't seen much at all, really. That's a bit better. Let's see if it's still around. Oh, oh Christ, that's right over there. Okay. Yep. Don't really know that I care. Where's home? Take me home. Right. I'm not seeing anything that looks particularly tornado-ish at the moment. Actually, I don't need them anymore. I had them open to help guide me, laying all the roads over here to help the foresters move around a bit easier. You can see from all these brown stains everywhere. No, don't think we're going to have a visit from Mr. and Mrs. Tornado today, so certainly no complaints here. No, can't see anything. Nothing to see here, as you were. Okay. Now the ore mine's gone. Speed this up a bit. Getting the last 3 pavements in to link those areas together. Starting to build this house, which will be the last one, so that will give us 110 spaces. That's almost the entire grown area. If I wanted to, I could get rid of those when that's done. Obviously, I could probably rebuild that somewhere else. Okay, that's done. 1, 2, 3. Could rebuild the sawmill somewhere else, maybe, because it's small. Something, you know, down here or something like that. So there'd be room for another house there if needs be. That'd probably be my favourite, really. Could stick another kiln there, actually. So now, oh, of course, got this area to work as well. I'd forgotten about that. Let's have that wood for a start. Don't want any animals spawning there just because there's a tree, which they can do, the crafty little sods. Spawn inside my defences. Cool, right, let's get rid of all them. Yeah, okay, I've forgotten about that. There's room to do stuff over here because this is just kind of a bit bumbly and a bit messy, really. It's where it all landed. Every force, just a house remains being built. I might actually do this accountant's house now. It's going to wreck the wood supply, but it'll come back. And cool. Okay, spaces for 110 souls. I'll keep half an eye on the school situation. Another 6 people free there. This is all good. Right at the end of the growing season now. Well, plus 13, but really early, really late in the growing season. Well, that's been bounced out to winter, so that'll be with us winter. Another 2 seasons. 3. I think there's late fall, isn't there? Early winter and then winter. Very far. So I have God knows how many people spare now. So what are we short of? Let's get on straight on with that. Oh, somebody died, right, that's what it was. Yasmin! Oh, darling Yasmin. I remember taking you over as a baby and killing bears and things. It was good times. And the fish farms now sorted that bloody stupid resource thing out. My bad, really was my bad. As I said, my only excuse is I haven't played for years and I'm just stupid. But yeah, now I've sorted that resource thing out. Clearly the fish are good. So I'm just going to empty these out and be back in a bit. Oh, we have activity. Caravan caught fire. Oh, the Caravan Stable's caught fire and then another strike. We're having crispy fried donkey for tea, boys and girls. Already out. Now I'm done. No donkey hair singed. House is well under control. They'll have that out in a second. Repair a few holes in the roof, no doubt. Yeah. Needs a lick of paint. Well, that was quick. Got some good decorators in this village. And for that, we have sheep. The expedition was a success. We have sheep. They all came back. Very, very pleased about that. Right. So, not overly worried about them because potatoes seem to do the job. So I think I'm going to go for some fruit. So let's have a bit of a jig around, get that out as quickly as we physically can, and Bob's your uncle. And I think the next thing as well is to get the sheep in as quickly as physically possible. So that's look like a sheep to you? Yeah, I think so. So let's see what we can do. Bugger. Very large, is it? Can't fit a lot in because of that. Yeah, sod. Okay, it's gonna have to be like that, isn't it? That's a pig. Well, it's a sheep, I know, but it's a nuisance. How about there? No. I think there. We're going to get many sheep in there, aren't we? I'll have to have a rethink on that one. That's just a very small area. But, okay. So we've got enough of everything, basically, to send the expedition straight out. And they are working on that as we speak. I think sheep need grass. Hay, yeah. Cool. Coolio. That's our first fruit expedition off. Be back next fall. Pasture, what am I doing? This is, oh yeah, over here. This is the castle barn. So now we're growing fruit and veg over here. We're going to need somewhere to store it so they don't have to walk ludicrous distances, again in the interest of efficiency. So stick a new barn in there. I'm also going to stick a barn down here because I'm seeing that these little sheds aren't quite up to the job for the amount of activity going on here. You got windmills, bakeries, various bits and pieces like that. So yeah, but until the wood's up a little bit. We're, as usual, very low on wood. Let's get somebody in there. Oh. Right, so 10 sheep. Oh god, is that all? 10 sheep. Yep, still, that's what we got at the moment, so that's what we'll have to work with, I guess. And we've got an accountant's house. No data, of course, because I think, if memory serves, it only starts from the point that you build it. Yeah, so at least that's there, and that can start, gathering data, which is the point of it, really. So just emptying out the fish farms, and when they're empty, I'll get everyone back in the mines. Do I need anything else? I'm going to have to watch this. I'm going to have to watch the balance of clothing, and I've got a feeling the wool is going to be very slow in coming in, unfortunately. Oh, press play. I've got one already. You never know. So, yeah, going to have to watch the balance of clothing and just make sure we don't run out, really. Okay, it's just popped into early spring. Looks like we got an early thaw going on. So, a level 0. Yeah, I mean, that's the end of this year, really. There's not a lot to say other than the fact we're looking pretty bloody full. Not a lot of room to mess around with. Oh, excuse me. A couple of bits and pieces, a couple of little bits of space here and there. But other than that, we are pretty fluff, I'd say. So yeah, as we look to start next time, of course, year 20. Yeah, I think we'll start looking outwards. I think I'll start preparing for that eventuality. Yeah, along the coast. That way to the keep, and or this way to like a new living area. So one of the two, or both, who knows. If I've got enough people to do both, of course I will. So, yep, that's it for this one. And, yeah, see you next time for year 20.